In this video demo, I'm going to show how to use the Whiskey Tastings and Ratings Excel worksheet available from bourbonwhiskeyandrye.com. So first off, this is an Excel download, so you must have Excel on your laptop or computer in order to use this sheet. Once you download it to your laptop or computer, then you're going to want to upload it to Google Docs. And if you don't have an account with them, it's free. Just search for Google Docs and create yourself a page there. Upload this document to your Google Docs. And once that's done, you will be able to access this both on your computer and on your cell phone. And whatever changes you make on either your computer or your phone will be automatically synced up with the other version of it. So it's constantly talking to each other, and that way your notes that you take at the bar or restaurant, when you get home, open your laptop, it's going to be recorded there as well. So on the existing form available for download, you'll see that I already have 228 different whiskeys entered. Now most of these are American whiskeys and bourbon, and you'll notice that up here I've got some information entered. That's mostly just for an example. Once you get down to line 15 here, there is nothing in the rating column. There is nothing in the do you own it column, well, except for this example here that I'll show you in a minute. And all of the tasting notes are empty all the way down. So that'll be left open for you to be able to take your own tasting notes. So let's go ahead and look at this a little bit more in detail. Switching over to the example tab here. So the ratings are based on a 1 to 10. And obviously you can do 7.9, 7.5, whatever you feel the rating is for this particular whiskey. That's what you'll put in this column. Over here is a handy deal. You can put in, do you own it? Yes, I own it. No, I don't. P would be previously owned or in the past. And you'll notice here, Y-2. That means, yes, I own it and I have 2 bottles of it. This is extremely helpful, this own column, because let's say you're in a bar, you see a bottle that you think you have, but you're not sure. Open up your phone. You can check this column and see if you own that particular bottle or how many versions. Maybe you want a backup. Do you have a backup? So right here, you can see that this age statement overflows into the do you own column and even a little bit into the knows column. Now, this happens if there is nothing in this particular column. But if I click in here and I click yes, I own it, now you'll notice that the age statement only goes as far as this next cell and it doesn't overflow in there. If you still want to see that, let's say you're on your phone or whatever, simply click in that cell that has the age statement, come up to the top. This is called the formula bar, and you can see up here the entire age statement. So it's still accessible and able to see even though it overflows. All right, so next you'll notice that we have place for notes for nose, for palate, for finish, for palate with drops of water. Now some people say that if you add a couple of drops from like an eyedropper of distilled water to a whiskey, that it can sometimes change its flavor profile, especially if it's real high in alcohol or it seems tight or closed. There's a molecular interaction that goes on between the whiskey and water, and sometimes it will open up additional flavors. So we're not talking like a lot of water, just a couple of drops from an eyedropper. Alcohol burn. So this is a rating of just 1 to 5, 3 being average. That's what I would expect. So if it's a bottled in bond, it's 100 proof. and it seems like 100 proof, it would be a 3. If it's 130 proof and it kind of burns like 130 proof, it would be a 3. But let's say it's 130 proof and you think, holy crap, this seems like it's only 115 proof or something. Then I would rate it as a 5 because the alcohol burn seems a lot lower than what I would imagine it to be for this particular proof. Or vice versa, let's say you're tasting something that's 100 proof and it's burning your face off, well then that might get a 1 or a 2 because the alcohol burn is higher than what you would expect it to be for that particular proof. Then of course you have a section for mouthfeel, for appearance and legs, for the color of the whiskey. And then we have designation of the whiskey. So is it a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey? Is it a blended whiskey? Is it a Kentucky straight rye whiskey? So this is a designation here so that you can keep track of it. But these notes are also helpful if you want to shorten your description over here. Let's say here, like the 1792 small batch, it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. This one here, the Bardstown, is a wheated bottled in bond whiskey. This one is a straight bourbon whiskey. So it makes your tasting notes in this column to be a little bit quicker if you want to use those acronyms. But also, it's handy because, so let's say that I want to see only all of my Kentucky straight bourbon whiskeys because I'm searching for something or I want to know how many I have or I've tasted. You can click on this little down arrow, deselect here, so now nothing is selected, and then come down to Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, select that, hit OK, and now the only thing that shows up is everything that you have a designation in this column for Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. So now I can come over here and see these are all the whiskeys that I've tried and or own that are a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, as opposed to just maybe a straight bourbon whiskey or even just, whiskey. And then to change that back so it shows everything, you want to select all, and now it brings everything back. And while I'm here, when you download this, it may or may not have all these little sortable arrows available. You might have to activate them on your own version on your computer. And I would do this before you upload it to Google Docs. The way you do this is click in the very first header column that has name in it, press and hold the Shift key, and then use the right arrow key to go over all of the header section of the entire sheet. Now once you get past the very last one, still hold down the while you're still holding down the Shift key, you can just use the back arrow key, well, not the back space, but the arrow key that goes left. And now you've selected everything that is in this header section. Once that's highlighted, come up to Data, and you click Filter. You notice that for me, all the arrows disappeared. By hitting it again, now the arrows appear again, and now everything is sortable. Another way that is helpful is, let's say that you're in a bar, they've got some whiskeys, and you want to find out which one you want to try. You can hit your ratings and sort it from largest to smallest. Now you can see all of your highest rating whiskeys, see if they have it on the menu, and decide which ones you want to go based on that. Or it'll also show you which ones you haven't tried. Maybe you've got a blank space in here, and then that way you can search only for the whiskeys on their list that you haven't tried. Coming back to examples again. Okay, Designation batch, is it a single barrel? Is it a small batch? That sort of thing. Proof designation is things like full proof, barrel proof, cask strength, batch proof, all that kind of thing. Okay, bottled in bond, just in case you want to search only bottled in bond. An area for designating if it is a private barrel pick or a store pick or something like that. Uncut, unfiltered, yes or no. And then this is unregulated designations that you'll find on bottles, such as reserve, limited edition, special reserve. You know, those are more marketing terms. None of those phrases are regulated by federal government, so they can mean anything. I don't really keep track of them much myself, but they're there if you want to use them. Then over here you've got type. So is it a bourbon? Is it a rye? Is it a scotch? Is it an Irish whiskey, Japanese whiskey, all that kind of thing. And again, it makes it so it's sortable, so you can look at only the Japanese whiskeys that you've tried or whatever. Mash bill, if you can find it, spot for that. Then, of course, the distiller, the company, the region, which would be basically the state or, which region in Ireland or whatever. Barrel pick creator. So this would be if you have a store pick or barrel pick, then you can put in here who that person is. Finished in, so some things are finished in rum casks or other kinds of casks. So like the rum cask one here is an Angel's Envy. I believe this one with a pear brandy, Jamaican rum, and so on. I believe that is a Barrel Craft Spirits, finished in a couple of different types of barrels and blended. So you've got a spot here to put those kind of notes, release date, and then lastly, just other notes that maybe you want to include. Like this one is a blend of a lot of different items, and it was too long to put in anywhere else. So something like that, I just put into additional notes. Now, additionally, in this worksheet are some other areas. So not only do you have the area with all of your ratings, but you also have a flavor wheel. It has a color chart, which this is actually pretty handy. If you want to document color, you can open this up on your phone and then hold your glass up to it to figure out what color. Tasting chart. So this is a different version of the tasting wheel. So depending on what you like to use when you're trying to narrow down individual flavors, this can be helpful. Whiskey acronyms. So blended straight whiskey, barrel proof, finished in, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, so on and so forth. These are different common shorthand versions or acronyms to put onto your tasting notes. Trading acronyms. If you're into trading some whiskey, these are common acronyms used for trading. These are acronyms for whiskeys, and I don't have all of them in there, but at least it's a starting point. I'll be reading Facebook and I'll see BHC. What is that? Well, it's Bourbon Heritage Collection. And that's it. So I hope the video is useful and that you want to become a paid member on the website so that you can access this and use it on your phone in any bar or restaurant, anywhere, anytime.